An American supernatural drama directed by Philip Chidell, Subject 2 reminded me of how good it feels to discover a great movie when you're not expecting one. Conceived as a modern take on the Frankenstein story, Subject 2 follows Adam Schmidt, a troubled medical student who is enlisted for research by the mysterious Dr. Franklin Vick. Dr. Vick is studying the science of resurrection, which involves killing and reviving Adam repeatedly to test his advances. Subject 2 has stark yet beautiful cinematography, an intriguing narrative, and plenty of profound yet natural dialogue. One aspect of the film that really impressed me was the fact that Dr. Vick is not a villain. He is obsessed with perfecting the resurrection process, and actor Dean Stapleton has a cold, steely gaze, but Dr. Vick still has a level of care and respect for Adam. Dr. Vick acts somewhat like a father figure to Adam. He lies to Adam and holds him against his will, but only kills Adam to put him out of his misery and hopefully cure him of his seizures. Dr. Vick commits these highly unethical acts, including murder, for the arguably good cause of sustaining life after death, and this is a fascinating case of moral ambiguity. The film allows you to make your own judgments, and I came to like Dr. Vick even as he torments Adam with his experiments. The film thankfully doesn't dwell on the science of resurrection. The cold, snowy mountains are a perfect setting for the theme of preservation, but if Dr. Vick mentioned nanites more often, then the absurdity of a man with a crude laboratory somehow using nanotechnology to reanimate dead bodies would be hard to ignore. He usually calls his life-giving creation serum, meaning that our suspension of disbelief is tested only slightly. But Subject 2 doesn't aim for plausibility. In this film, Adam dies and is brought back to life more often than Rory Williams. His frequent deaths do feel a little overdone by the end, and the film is fairly uneventful, but Subject 2 isn't about the plot either. Like American Psycho, Subject 2 is an extraordinary character study, with sterling performances from the aforementioned Dean Stapleton and Christian Oliver as Adam. The film has a slow pace, but Adam's dynamic character is constantly changing, and his journey is riveting. Adam is a bright medical student, but is also a loner with slipping grades, and is enticed to take part in Dr. Vick's research by the promise to join in a world-changing discovery. After Dr. Vick kills and revives him, Adam is grateful and amazed, and soon experiences a far greater richness and beauty in his surroundings than ever before. These wonderful new stimuli soon overwhelm him, and Dr. Vick must kill Adam's nerves to stop his excruciating seizures. Here is where Subject 2 would have fallen flat if it had a lesser actor. As cinema is a purely audio-visual medium, taste, smell, and touch are out of reach, unless John Waters is involved. But in Subject 2, the viewer can vividly appreciate Adam's elation over the new sensations he can feel, and later his distress over his inability to feel anything or live normally, through Oliver's strong, passionate acting. Through Oliver's excellent performance, we can easily understand what sensations Adam feels, or cannot feel, even if we ourselves can't feel the temperatures and textures in the film. Thus, Subject 2 generates the illusion of touch far more effectively than Perfume, the Story of a Murderer, could generate the illusion of smell. And, while we're at it, Subject 2 is 1,000 times better at it than the Star Wars prequels.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, not like here. Here everything is soft and smooth.
Ultimately, Subject 2, a gripping character study, earns the same recommendation as American Psycho. Its powerful performances and complex, engaging characters make it unmissable. The film also has gorgeous cinematography and surpasses the sensory limitations of film through the strength of its acting. Subject 2 earns 4.5 stars out of 5. Thanks for watching. Cheers.